Oh, yeah. What's up? What's going on? It's Friday. I'm Russ, your favorite welder that is passionate about passive income. I know it's a Friday, right? How weird. How weird is that? Hey, thanks to my good friend Ryan Williams for the shout out. Hopefully, we're streaming live to the world. We've got audio, video. You can see me, you can hear me. I can't see you, but I can see your words. So I want to know what the heck you bought this week. What do you think about the market? What's been going on? I got some notes. I'm a little bit discombobulated here because it's Friday, right? I usually do this on Sunday night, but yours truly, I will be Fast Eddie. It is. I'm going to say hello. Look at all you guys. Nice spread here. I'll be at Riot Fest on Sunday night watching a band that I have been listening to for 31 years, but I've never seen them live. And it is their farewell tour. It is the one, the only No FX out of California. And I'm going to be seeing them at Riot Fest. So I will be there on Saturday, tomorrow, seeing bands, as Ryan so eloquently sang, the Dead Milkmen, Punk Rock Girl. I'll be seeing them and then a couple other bands on Sunday. So it's going to be a 2-day thing. So, hey, it worked out. Ryan Williams has got some stuff going on. I know he'll break the news. I've been made privy to it, but my lips are sealed like the Go-Go's and Belinda Carlisle sang. I will not be revealing any of those secrets. So, Fast Eddie, what's up, man? It is Russ, Russell. Either way, you can. I don't go both ways, but on the name, I can do that. And yeah, it was a weird week. I guess we have no more bear markets. There's no more corrections, crashes, recessions. I guess that are prolonged, right? We'll have little events, but oh my gosh, it's a little disconcerting as a dividend investor. I want those deals. I want those deals. And hey, should you invest in the Russell index? I'm going to create the Russell with one L index, and people will mistakenly file their way into that thing, right? Andrew, you're in the future. Where are you, in Japan? You're in Tokyo? That was in a movie, I think, with Rob Lowe, right? He was like, you know where I'm calling you from? I'm calling you from Tokyo. Or is it, yeah. It's like, I'm calling you from Tokyo. It's the future here. I love that. I got a bit of news. I got a book today, right? You guys play the drinking game with Ryan. You drink when he says it talks about book, pulls out books. Look at this. Ken's buying JepQ. They came up in a chat I had yesterday with Jeremy from Dividend, stockpile.com. Farmers Only, sorry, as I said, .com. You don't have to be lonely at dividendstockpile.com. I'm going to tell Jeremy to use that. He does. Yeah, it's dividend investing and dating. Now, he's happily married. He doesn't do any dating. But all the way from New Zealand, I think they call you guys Kiwis down there, right? I have a very interesting thing. As I was working today on the way home, I was working my way home. I don't have the newsletter to put up my buys. We can do some news. Shannon, I see you bought Chevron. That's very cool. Chevron looks good. I actually talked about it with Ryan. I know Ryan bought Chevron, and I'm stubborn because I bought 15 shares. The last one I bought was in 2020. I don't remember exactly when. It was, I think, the fall of 2020, and it was 80s, 85, $86 a share. But very interesting quote here. So no need to get my reading spectacles on because they're plastered to my eyeballs right now. But JP, and shout out if you know where I got this from, where I heard it. Extra credit, I guess. I won't say unless somebody points it out. But JP Morgan looked back at 40 years of market data, and the Fed cut rates 12 times when the S&P 500 was within 1% of its all-time high. And 1 year later, the stock market was higher in all 12 instances with an average return of 15%. So, man, I don't I don't know if we have any deals coming with that. That little bit of information, it sounds like every time, because we just set a new all-time high now, and when they did cut, we were at within 1% of the all-time high. So holy smokes, I don't know what it's going to take to get some deals, and what the catalyst is going to bring to bring this market down. But I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, I guess it means that it's why, like, Mike the dividend guy, right? He always has that little, stay invested at the end of the podcast. That's because I guess your money is not going to be able to compound if it's sitting on the sidelines. You got to have it in the game, right? So, yeah, me and my Russ coin. Hey, I could create it. Why not? Donald Trump has a coin. I don't know. He doesn't even know what it's going to do, but hey, he's got it. It's a popularity thing. Oh, by the way, with DJT, the Truth Social, which is Donald Trump's initials, uh, the lockup period ended. The IPO, the 6-month lockup period. So if you don't know what that is, when something IPOs, when it's their initial public offering, early investors, they cannot sell. So a lot of times companies will IPO because it's a way that early investors can cash out. And some early investors may have gotten that at 10 cents a share, 25 cents, a dollar a share, whatever it is. So even though it's down to 13, $12, whatever, they're still making money, which is why it's really difficult to make money with IPOs. Because when that lockup period ends, a lot of insiders can cash out and sell and make some money. So Kevin with the portfolio Leo. Yeah, I think that there's going to be some people that are invested in DJT that are going to learn what a lockup period is. They're going to probably today, like, why is this thing down? Lockup period. What's lockup? Google. Oh, and that's how we learn, right? Should you invest in the Russell Index, Alan? I don't know terribly too much, and I would love it if you guys would put in the chat your thoughts about it. But the Russell is more, isn't that more mid cap? I probably should know that. I don't know why I can't think of it right now, but I think I think mid cap, small and mid. A lot of people think. A lot of other investors I've heard through the grapevine, they think that small and mid cap is due for a rally. Will it? I don't know. But yeah, dude, this is awesome. Pat says, good evening, Ryan. Hey, both start with an R, right? But yeah, happy to be here and doing this again. I was on the fence. I was actually editing my next video, hopefully coming out tomorrow morning before I have to get out of the house and get down to Chicago. But yeah, it's going to be something Jim bets. I don't know if Jim is going to be in the house tonight, if he will grace us with his presence. And oh, Alan's joke. Good. I should have read that first because I just showed you guys off the top of my head. I don't remember what the Russell 2K is. But isn't there also the Russell 3K? I think there's a few different Russell indexes. Ray's got 10% cash. So I'm going to crack this. What are you drinking? Before I crack it, I like these. Drinking I got to hide behind it. Oh, there we go. A Waterloo blackberry lemonade. I like Waterloo. It's good. It's very flavorful and nice carbonated beverage. So cheers, everybody. I feel funny. I don't like drinking live. I don't know. I do have a few beers. It makes me sound like I'm a raging alcoholic or something, but I don't drink Monday through Thursday. So Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, I'll have a few drinks. So whatever. We all got to have our vices. Somebody once said to not trust anybody that doesn't have any vices. Hey, so what are your vices? What are your vices that you can legally share? And I guess I say that with a little trepidation because I'm more libertarian minded. And I think you own your body, you own your mind. So two consenting adults that are in ownership, and I guess, I don't know, in their, see, there's gray areas. Nothing's black and white. I think two people that own their bodies and minds should be able to do consensually whatever they want to do. with those bodies and minds and each other or themselves that does not affect somebody else or harm somebody else, or I don't know how we're going down this path. But anyway, so Way's waiting for a nice fire sale. I thought about that, man. I wonder, are you and I just timing the market? Because as you guys know, I sold out of EPD. I sold out of TD, which I had 157 shares of TD, Toronto Dominion Bank. So I have all this cash just sitting there, and I'm waiting, patiently waiting. Almost bought a share of Costco today, but when I heard that stat, I don't know. The market's just, I think, gonna keep rip rock, rolling, roaring, whatever R you want to put there. Nice. Ray's drinking a Topo Chico. Oh, the hard seltzer variety Topo Chico. I've seen those Topo Chicos in Costco, which I came so close today to buying a share under 900 of Costco, but it just, here, watch this. We'll maybe we'll do news quick. Yeah, let me get caught up. But Simply Safe Dividends has a new tool, a new valuation tool. And really all it is they're just looking back at 5 years or 20 years. You can do different time frames of price to earnings or dividend yield, and then kind of projecting that trajectory forward and giving it a price and looking at the price of today to say, is it over or undervalued? Shannon, my guy Shannon, he's got a Diet Coke, not bad. Ticker KO. Michael's got a Bush. Is that a Bush? Bush Light, and I think that is ticker ABEV, right? And is that InBev? I don't remember. I don't know. Play Waterloo while drinking Waterloo. I don't get it. I remember the Battle of Waterloo vaguely. Isn't that Napoleon, right? Napoleon in Russia, something like that. I should know better. But Shamir's got his Coke Zero. Shamir single-handedly doing his part to keep the Coca-Cola company in operation. Richard's 8 minutes behind. I'm not that far behind. I'm going to try and do my best to keep caught up here. Yeah, if you guys want to know, look at anything, throw it in the chat. We'll take a peek. Use this new Simply Safe tool. Hey, I pay $399 a year for Simply Safe Dividends. It takes me about I'd say about almost 4 months of YouTube currently to be able to pay for Simply Safe Dividends. So I feel, hey, I guess I'm doing this YouTube thing to hack, right? To hack my it's a hack. That's the whole driving purpose behind the show, is so I can roll that money into Simply Safe Dividends and share the information with you. Yes, you, Bernard, from Jamaica, I'm guessing. Is that the Jamaican flag? Where's Jim? Come on, there's got to be a Jamaican me crazy, some kind of Jamaican joke there. Michael Swami G thinks Mark Twain or Benny Franklin said, "Don't trust anyone who doesn't have any vices." We'll just say they both said it. Funny story again. Don't you love these stories I give? I'm like, yeah, this one person I was listening to on this one podcast one time said, right? You could just anyway. They said that they talked with Warren Buffett and said, might have been Howard Marks. I think it was Howard Marks actually, who has a new memo, by the way, awesome, called you got to listen to it, read it. I'll probably share it in the newsletter, which sign up below. It's free. It's about, shall we repeal the laws of economics? And he was basically, I don't know if I want to say excoriating, but talking about how our two presidential candidates make these claims that go against the laws of economics, and really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed listening to that. But anyway, I think he said one time he was talking to Warren Buffett and said, "I really love how you said this." And Warren said, "I never said that." So it makes me think, when us, we see quotes on the internet, how I don't know, unless you never heard Warren Buffett say it, right? If he never said it or wrote it, then I guess you have to grain of salt it. Qualcomm approached Intel about a takeover. Yeah, because Intel's share price plummeted down, 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 down. It's come back now, of course. I even thought, Shamir, when I saw it around 18, I was like, it just feels way too cheap. Like it feels like fire sale, like they're being priced for they're gonna be potentially going out of business, bankruptcy and all that. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I didn't see that news, but I'm not surprised at all because hey, when a stock price craters, it becomes a takeover, even a hostile takeover candidate, I guess. Ray sold Costco when it hit 550. Funny you should bring that number up because when it was around 550, that's when I planned on buying it. I wanted it around um, under 500. Never got there. Never got there. Awful. Waterloo from ABBA. Could be. I've never even heard that. I might have to. I don't want to play it. I don't know. I'll listen to it later. He's a Pepsi guy. Alan, hey, cheers to Pepsi. Please, nobody, don't tell Pepsi I'm not drinking a bubbly, which is their sparkling water version. Why did I never bought Costco? I almost did. Almost did. Fast Eddie. Hans says it looks to me like we're headed to at least a mild recession. I kind of hope so, but that's my, you know, self-indulgent selfishness, I guess. Still investing, but holding back a little. It's funny. I've heard a lot of us that are holding back. Might take a few more months. Um, you know what? We could start seeing cracks of that, right? You had FedEx that missed. They got crushed. Could be indicative of a weaker economy, people shipping less things, businesses shipping less. I mean, we've seen Big Lots. File for Chapter 11. Who else filed for Chapter 11? Oh, who was that? Who was it? Come on, come on, brain, come on, brain. See the smoke coming out of my ears. It was, oh my God. Oh, the lumber company, 84 lumber liquidators, maybe a lumber company did. So yeah, no Ryan Williams. I know Ryan gave a little shout, so I appreciate that. But hey, we're here. I'm here. I got Sunday night. I'll be busy all this weekend. All right. Yeah, that's fun. I will have to listen to that. It was Winston Churchill. Big dude, he was a drunk. Let's just call it what it was. He was a rosacea. He was a drunk. And he did have a story where he said some woman called him a drunk and he said, I may wake up hungover in the morning, but I know that by lunchtime I'll feel much better. But ma'am, as for your physical features or for your face, basically he was calling her saying, I'm a drunk, I'll be hungover, but I'll be sober, but your ugliness is not going to go away. So wonderful guy, right? I do like him. I think it was all right. I've listened to a few things about good old Winston. Oh, look at this guy. I am what I am. He's got Popeye on there. Phoenix, Arizona, drinking a Celsius and green tea. Hope you have a good weekend. Getting ready to start work over here. Hey, we all work different times, and I've been working like a demon. Also, get this bubbly stuff. I'm going to be interviewing one. There it is. Stephen for very unprofessional. Stephen Forrester, and it's this book. Let me hide you, Zamin. Trail, please. I gotta hide Ben. There we go. Trailblazers, Heroes, Crooks, and Crooks. Stories that make you a smarter investor by Stephen Forrester. This, as I understand, doesn't come out until the 24th, but I was approached if I wanted to take a gander at the book, do an interview with Professor Forrester. And I said, absolutely. I get a lot of, what was that? Not Round Hill. What was the one? There's some ETF that we've heard of, not huge, but I'll get these emails saying, "Hey, do you want to do an interview with the CEO of this ETF group or this investment group or whatever?" And a lot of times, I don't think it would play well for my audience. But as human beings, we love story, and we're emotional, story-driven creatures. Actually, we're the only, as far as I'm aware, I mean, the squids may be evolving and creating some sort of society that we don't know about, but we're the only animals on this spinning blue ball hurtling through space that can tell story. We can create fiction. We can say things that aren't true intentionally, or repeat things that we don't know any better. And however we want to use that. And the thought is that it's what's really helped our society and humanity to move forward and do things that the other species haven't, working together for common goods and common goals, whether it's a religion or a country. What is a country? A country doesn't exist. I mean, it exists. It's kind of like a collected, it's an imagination that everybody agrees upon, I guess. Same thing with money. You can just go down the line, but point being, there's no there's no monkeys that are telling other monkeys, "Hey, help us with this. Give us a few of your bananas now, and when you die, you'll have unlimited bananas in monkey heaven," right? So long way. You guys got that's from Sapiens, Yuval Noah Harari. Fantastic book. I don't. It's upstairs. I don't have it with me, or else somebody'd have to drink again. But all right, there we go. Rambling, rambling Russ, right? Look at this guy. Trevon bought 3 shares of Louis Vuitton, and Cintas and 1 share of NSRGY. I know that. I know that. I know that. Nestle, right? That's Nestle. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, I looked at Louis Vuitton, but a couple things turned me off. One, the French dividend taxation. I'm not 100% aware, or not 100% clear on. I know it's high. They're also, I'm not very familiar with the French government. I'm sure it's fine, but I'm just not that familiar. And the third thing was they are an ADR. That's an American Depository Receipt. So technically, you don't own the business. You own a. It's well, what it is. Like a bank will buy the shares, and then you buy a receipt from the bank. You still get the dividends and all that, but you don't have voting rights. So, uh, I don't know. I mean, it kind of throws me off. I looked at FedEx, not buying it yet. I don't know. We'll we'll see about that. We'll see if it gets dirt cheap, maybe. Shamir says, yeah, stuff on the internet might not be true. Yeah, I still do think Santa Claus is real. He's inside all of us, Shamir. There he is. There's John. Ooh, he bought some 3M at 123. It's now 134. No future growth of 3M. Dude, that's not me. That's their CEO. Their new CEO said it could take quarters or years to get things turned around, that they have a lot of products that and things that are stagnating. So I think people got a little bit ahead of themselves. Oh, yeah, and speaking of new CEOs, hey, I'll just read you guys what I bought this week, because I usually share the newsletter at this point, but and then we'll do the valuation tool for, I know, so much to get to. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. This week I got dividends from $16.70 from McDonald's, $23.50 from Agree Realty, and ticker SWVXX, which I just cannot remember what that stands for. It's my pit stops. It's treasuries. It's a Schwab fund. $12.90 from that. It pays monthly. So $53. 50. Did he say tree in there? What was that, Tommy? Did I catch a niner? $53.10. And then the buys this week, we'll let her rip. Tater chip. My brother-in-law used to say that. I don't know if he got that from somewhere or what, but One share of Nike, $85. I bought 1,000 more shares of SWVXX. Before you think like, oh my God, it's $1 a share. It's in the retirement account. It's my pit stop. Um, but again, that could be timing the market. It's better than the money market sweep account. Anyway, three more shares of Visa at an average cost of 286.74. Four shares of Agree Realty, ticker ADC, at $75.12. Nine shares of Vici at, that's not right. I have $7.33 written down. So must have been in a hurry. He wasn't thinking there. Two more shares of Harrow Incorporated, ticker HROW. They were at the Cantor Global Healthcare Conference. Mark Baum presented, and I'm going to add a few more. I think we won't get into it. They don't pay a dividend, but it's my non-dividend play. And then I bought back a covered call I had out there on Johnson & Johnson. It was an October 4th, 2024, $172.50 call. I sold it for $92. I bought it back today for $9, closed that out for a gain of about 90%. So that's some of what I did there. And yeah. So let me get caught up and then we'll do the valuation. Let's see if there's anything very interesting. John, yeah, I appreciate it, but this is Ryan's time slot, and got to be careful with that word, yeah. Yeah. I think they have another word for time slots. I think it's called prostitute. But yeah, that's why I'm here. I got Riot Fest going on. But yeah, if anybody's new and hasn't seen me before, Sunday nights at 8:00 is usually when I do this thing. It just works best for me. Busy. I'm a busy dad. I have two teenage daughters, and I work a lot. We got a house and all that. But Solventum has been. I have not looked at Solventum at all. Patel, not at all. Yeah, Tupperware. Thank you, Pat. Tupperware went bankrupt. So Tupperware, Big Lots, Heinz 84. I think it's Heinz 84. It could be a portent of economic activity to come. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on some of the other companies. Red Lobster did file for Chapter 11. I saw that ticker QSR, Darden Restaurants, sorry, I haven't eaten yet, and this just popped in my head. They're bringing back the $14 all-you-can-eat endless pasta bowl to Olive Garden, which Darden Restaurants owns. I think they also own Longhorn Steakhouse. But shout out, have any of you ever had the endless pasta bowl for $14 at Olive Garden? I've never even eaten at an Olive Garden. I know. Sacrilege, right? But Red Lobster, they did indeed. But anyway, top and bottom line they missed. Darden Restaurants did. But I guess their guidance from what I saw was still good. So the stock actually popped. Yeah, in session, was that like inception and a recession? Wouldn't a recession be a good thing for investors? As stock prices would be down, then come back up after a bit when the recession ends. No, you've got it exactly right, Alan. And it's why so many of us investors, especially value investors, which Warren too, maybe not so much yes and no with Warren and Berkshire, because they have an insurance, a whole big insurance component, and he always wants to be able to make sure that they'll be able to pay out if there's any catastrophe. It's the way he runs it. But no, you have it right, man. And if there's a recession or a crash, I know there's a saying that says many fortunes were built during recessions. So one of the best things to do is to have cash during a recession. But when are we going to get it? It's good. It's got to happen, right? I mean, maybe we're crazy, but was the COVID, that wasn't even a recession. That was just that was a Nike shaped recovery, which we didn't even talk about, Elliott Hill. So you've got it all right, man. That's why a lot of us are sitting in cash. We're just waiting. I don't know what the darkest hour is. assuming it goes back to us talking about Churchill. Let's get two more. There it is. Churchill said, "What's more in the morning, I shall be sober, but you will still be ugly." So, Swamiji, I think I said that, but in about a paragraph and a half, you know. But thank you. Brevity is not always my strong suit, which sometimes fits well. Microsoft will do their news. What are we at? We're at why can't I see my time? 30 minutes in. Perfect time to get to some news and then a valuation on Costco. I can show you what that tool looks like, but I am going to race right through. Ray, what is his book? He does have another book that I want to read. Isn't it about the future, I think, where humans are going to go? Your third live. Third time's a charm, man. Thank you for coming back. Oh, Dennis, yeah. We'll see. We won't do any football talk here, but hey, he's a rookie. Some stocks too don't perform right away. It takes them a little minute to get their footing. Yeah, my $16 in dividends, almost enough for a happy meal. I know, right? I don't get high on my own supply, man. I don't drink Starbucks. I don't really drink PepsiCo products. I like Doritos, but they're really bad for you. This guy's awesome, right? Hey, I invest in McDonald's, Starbucks, and PepsiCo, but I don't use their products, and I don't think you should either. Just a wonderful guy. All right, I'm about caught up here. Yeah, our buddy Craig, SCHD Stan, which is a big fan. Stan, confused. So Ryan has some goings on. Nothing bad, I assure you. Everything is perfectly fine, but I'll let him talk about it. So, if you're asking me if I have a Discord server, I do not. There's so many of them. I don't know. There's so many Discord servers. Maybe someday, but go to Ryan's Discord. I hear there's a lot of people there. Okay, and I am caught up. Did I say that right? What was Darden then? Oh wait, no. Wait, you guys are okay, you're in talking here. Yeah, I thought Darden was QSR, which stands for quick serve restaurant, right? RBI. Maybe I confused you guys. What did I don't know. I'll look it up in a minute. And Dennis uses Altria products. Don't use Altria products, Dennis. Stop it. Stop it. Unless it's the what is the new nicotine pouch? On? It's called On, right? Let's think, wait, isn't that a shoe? Brevity and hilarity. Okay, let's get over to some news from Simply Safe. And Alan, I will not be doing Sunday in 2 days from now. I will be at Riot Fest watching NoFX. So NoFX plays, they go on from 8:30 to 10. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. All right, and we'll come back with Whiskey Tangos here. So let's go and bring you guys, all you people. Yeah, so there we are. Elliot Hill. He's the new CEO. Hold on, I need to change this to give you guys more real estate. He is the new CEO. John Donahoe stepped down. I think John Donahoe was a CEO for hire, right? He was CEO of eBay. He was CEO of ServiceNow, ticker NOW. And he was CEO of Nike, very tech and digital. And he made it worked good, the direct to consumer, but I think this is the guy right here. This is the face that I think he's brought in to do, I think, repair some of the missteps, if you want to be kind about it, that John Donahoe did. But yeah, anyway, he was, where did I see it? This is going to be boring for you, but yeah, he retired in 2020. He came back and he was here we go. He was Nike's president of consumer and marketplace, which oversaw all commercial and marketing operations for Nike and the Jordan brand. So people say they liked him. And hey, look at this. Target names PepsiCo executive Jim Lee as CFO. I did not even say that. See that? Breaking news. So anyway, what were we going to do? Simply Safe. Let's go. Stick to the plan, Stan. All right, we'll start with news, and that would be let's see, continuing on. It's like here we go. We begin, ladies and gentlemen, boils and ghouls. It's almost Halloween time. Microsoft raised, this is on Simply Safe again. Microsoft raised their dividend 11%, which is the 15th consecutive year of payout growth. So way to go. Yeah, their dividend is just super, super safe. And I know they do a lot of buybacks. They refresh their outlook. So Simply Safe does their very own write-up, I guess, to simplify it, that is proprietary to their platform. So it's not like some generic thing. No, the outlook. So they refresh the outlook on Iron Mountain. And there you, we'll talk about this valuation in a minute, but you can see, pause the video, zoom in. Sirius, I guess it simplified the corporate structure, reiterated the dividend commitment. So there you go, Sirius XM. They reaffirmed their safety score of 50, borderline safe. It's Waterloo, Onioke, or 10K. I can never say. I think it's Onioke. Their $5.9 billion acquisition strengthened the portfolio. So they reaffirmed their borderline safety score. I don't even know who they acquired, but moving along, Love, ticker LUV, which is Southwest. They have operational missteps, as Simply Safe says, and industry pressures stretched their dividend coverage. So they downgraded their dividend safety from 60 to 50, borderline safe. Remember, these are just opinions of Simply Safe dividends. This was a little bit of a lower than expected dividend raise from Texas Instruments. And this one, I know we put on, hey, look at that, we found a typo. Their 21st consecutive year of payout growth. Let me see something here with TXN. And here you go. This is a little bit of a new and updated thing. I'll zoom in for this. So you see this valuation right here looks reasonably valued. It is currently 203.30 and is expected to be between 178 and 217. So I'll show you what that means, because this is a bit of a newer thing. Yeah, look at that dividend growth, very fast, and now it's slow. But excuse me, 62 years of uninterrupted dividends, 20 years they are keeping that streak alive. I think they want to get to aristocrat status, but they go ex-dividend on October 30th. So make sure you hold shares by the morning of the 30th. So just buy it on the 29th. Almost time for Halloween. This is new. So the valuation, I think we're zoomed in enough. You guys can see this is new for Simply Safe. So this is based on the 5-year average dividend yield, which would give it an expected price of 178 to 217. But if we use the PE ratio, it drops it to 127 to 156, saying it could be overvalued. So this is kind of using dividend yield theory on that. And you can see the expected stock price, that shaded area, and then the actual stock price of what happened. So you can kind of, the outlier there in 2008 to 2010, the GFC. But yeah, then you can switch it up. That's 20-year, 10-year, 5-year. I think you get the point. But they currently think that Texas Instruments, according to the 5-year average dividend yield, is reasonably valued. So again, there is no exact one intrinsic, or there is an intrinsic value, but it's really hard to find out because the future is very unknown. And this is what I put them in that video for. I'll zoom in on that. Was their free cash flow and earnings payout ratio. I like the free cash flow payout ratio better. But yeah, up to 338%. The last 12 months, 313, 196. That's no bueno, ladies and gents. So if TXN can't get that under control, and that's because you see here the free cash flow per share was around $6, dropped to $1.49 and $1.64. So Remember the last 12 months. So that $1.64, they have $1.64 free cash flow, and their current annual payout is $5.44. So it's not covering the annual payout. So they got some work to do, and they actually added shares for the first time in a long time. Went from they added 1 million shares. Sorry, I know I didn't plan on doing it this long on TXN, but their margins are compressing, and their net debt is climbing. So a lot of things I don't like about Texas Instruments right now. Let me know and let us know what you think about that. So anyway, that was a little bit of a long and lengthy that, and they refresh their outlook on Oogie, ticker UGI. Wasn't that a South Park thing? They played Oogie Mouth. Uh, and what else was I going to do? Oh, Costco. That's right. Let's see. So this is funny when we look at their valuation on Costco. They get, and going off the PE, their price to earnings ratio, they have a expected price. They give you a nice range, 559 to 684, currently at 906. So it had for a while been in that gray area for a long time, but as we see, it is just there way above that shaded area. So I think they kind of are stealing this a little bit from fast graphs, right? And that's that. So let me get back to what you guys are saying, because when I go and do that, I can't see what y'all. Endless shrimp, ended red lobster. I did think of that, Michael, when I heard the endless pasta bowl that's coming to Olive Garden for $14. And I don't know, man. I'd be like, I'm always thinking, how can I like get a Ziploc bag and be filling it up? But yeah, Texas Roadhouse. I think Joseph Carlson was big on Texas Roadhouse. I never got into them. Dennis, are you from Chicago? Where are you at, man? Selling all his shares of Caleb Williams. It's too early to tell, man. He's an IPO. He's an initial public offering. Give the kid some time. Whiskey uses Lockheed Martin products. Hey, you could. Maybe you're a pilot in the Air Force or the U.S. Navy. Could be. But yeah, what am I up on? Let me see what I'm up on real quick on Lockheed. I can do a little bit of, I guess, yield on cost porn here. Let me hit portfolio Leos. My 23 Holdens. Holdens? Isn't there a G there? No, look. Holdens. No G. Anyway. Valuations. Go by this. My most undervalued, according to them, is PepsiCo. I know it's so small. I'm sorry. There you go. I should have just did. I know, very. Lockheed Martin. I have 10 shares, only 10 shares. My cost basis. Here we go. Zoom in on that. My Lockheed Martin cost basis, $337.26. So I'm up 69.6% on that with a yield on cost of 3.74%. And they give a valuation of 423 to 516. I like the range they give. So they're showing that it is a bit overvalued for Lockheed Martin. Look at this. We got the queen of stream in the house, Lisa J. Please, everybody, swing by her channel. Say hello. Mr. Ortiz's Shield. TPL. What's up, man? I got to give you a crisp salute because I don't think we've spoken before. CVX. Yeah, it's definitely at a good spot to buy. I don't think we're going to expect any crazy growth out of them, but does anybody off the top of your head know the break-even price on a barrel of oil? Last I heard, it was in the 40s, I think. It was either the mid 30s or the mid 40s. And I know it's pulled back to 60s, 70s, but I think all the oil companies are just flush with so much money that, yeah. Trevon, I did not see the T-Mobile dividend raise. What was it? Please do pray tell, good sir. I guess I could just pull it up here without bringing you guys along. It was, they don't have it here. I don't see a T-Mobile dividend raise yet. Did it just happen? Here, let's do this. Let's look together. We'll hold hands, be all singing happy. Go look at Seeking Alpha together. TMUS. TMUS. There it is. Look at that, man. Nice call. T-Mobile raised the dividend by 35.4% to 88 cents and announced a buyback. And it'll be, let's see. And they also announced up to 50 billion in stockholder returns through dividends. You know what? While we're here, I want to show you guys something really interesting about T-Mobile. Let's see if I can set this up super quick on the chart. Let me hide your comment here to give more real estate. This is on Seeking Alpha, and I always have the affiliate link, blah, 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 whatever. We'll get S&P out. Uh-oh, what did I do? I hit escape. Stupid fat fingers. Now I'm all confused. So we want to try again, get rid of that. We'll put in AT&T, and we'll put in Verizon. So we're going to do a total return comparison. And we got to set that up. So we'll get rid of price return. And we will do total return, which is all payouts, distributions, everything. Look at this. Out of a 1 year, okay, AT&T is beating them. But look, if you go back 10 years, AT&T has a total return of 46%, Verizon 43%, T-Mobile 608%, or 607. Same thing, 5 year, just crazy. 5 years, all the AT&T and Verizon's dividends. Look at Verizon, negative 3.62% total return. AT&T almost 5%, T-Mobile 155. So I think the dividend really does weigh those down. The telecoms, and we see it up in Canada, I think too. A lot of the telecoms highly capital intensive, and they also highly competitive, right? So, I mean, I'm not very, what's the word? I'm loyal, right? I'm not loyal to AT&T or I think T-Mobile or Verizon. I don't even know who provides the cell phone. It's my work pays for it. It might be Verizon. But anyway, good on them, and they raised it. So let's happy JJ. No, happy Friday, JJ. All right, 34%. Look at this. Kevin, my guy, Kevin Burgess. I know, right? The Bowls of Alabama. Well, I've never even been to Alabama, so shout out there. I can't comment. I can comment around the Chicago area. You want to talk Milwaukee, Michigan, you know? I got an allergy, and it's Green Bay. It's a Green Bay allergy. I saw that on a shirt once or something like that. I like Green Bay. It's okay. I've been there before. Saw a game when I was 17. TXN has nearly perfect earnings to dividends chart. I missed out that. What does that mean? Perfect earnings to dividends chart. Yeah, but that free cash flow, man, that's got to start coming up. I think it will recover, but man, that is yucky, yucky, yucky. Earnings growth to dividend chart. Okay. SCHD dividend price prediction for the upcoming divvy. Craig did it. I don't know, Craig, if you're still watching, if you got it on in the background, if you're already gone. SCHD Stan, he did it. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the prediction. It'll be what it'll be. I'm sure it'll be higher because that's just the way it usually goes. So they have done, indeed. They did do endless pasta before. It's coming again. If you just tuned in, Olive Garden bringing back the endless pasta. That's good. I like Waterloo. And if you're just tuning in, we did share that I'm drinking Waterloo. There it is, Waterloo. A hand model, I will not be. That's what you get working with your hands and tools. And honestly, I've been turning wrenches since I was for doing it for money since I was 18 in the Navy. That's crazy. I'm 46. It's going on what 40? No. I'm from Cook County educated. Yeah, if I'm going to be 46 and I've been turning wrenches since I was 18, that's not 40 years. That's not how it works. 30 years. 30 years is the number we were going for because 4 minus 1 is 3, right? So coming up on that. Michael's up 90% on Lockheed Martin. That's great, man. Are you ever going to sell that? Do I think J&J will be successful this time with their bankruptcy filing for the lawsuit? Did they try and do it again, the Texas two-step? I didn't even see that. So the Texas two-step, I think, is when they take all like they took all the talc litigation, put it in its own company, and then that company files for bankruptcy. So all the lawsuits will go to that, and it's supposed to shield the parent organization. So they'll put like the money in a trust, whatever they'll do. I don't know, $4 billion, whatever the B is going to be, $4 billion in the, they had a name for it in the new entity that solely houses all the talc issues and litigation, and then that gets sued the hell out of. Then it files for bankruptcy and it goes away. But I think it was blocked because J&J doesn't want people coming after the parent company because it could get ugly. So we'll see. I didn't know anything about that. If they did it again. Dennis, you did live in Lakeview, south of Wrigleyville. Cool. Love cycling to those Cub Day games. Got the Cubs. You got the Cubs out there. Got the Cubs out there. You can fly in O'Hare Airport, get on the blue line, take the blue line L down to Addison. Maybe you got to transfer over to the red line. Get yourself a brat along the way. Get yourself some old style beers, and go watch the Cubs. They're a different kind of bear. Right now it's football season. I don't think the Cubs is going to make it to the playoffs, but we got the Bears. You got Caleb Williams. Maybe he needs some deep dish pizza. Maybe the kid hadn't been eating some deep dish. You got to give him. He's going to be like Popeye. I'm telling you. Get the kid some deep dish pizza from Gino's East. He needs it. It's like Popeye with the spinach. You give it to him. He's going to be throwing touchdowns. It's going to be raining touchdowns. Everybody's going to have to bring umbrellas to the game, to Soldiers Field, because it's going to be raining touchdowns like crazy. I wanted to use a bad word that a fantasy league mate of mine used once, but I'll type it in. I don't want to say it. His team name was this. It had to do with touchdowns. So there it is. If you're watching, I just put it in the chat what one of my fantasy league mates' team name was. Yes. And he had a very nice, lovely looking lady as his avatar. Yeah, the poppin' reads, man. They've been popping, but I did buy more. I bought ADC and Vici because I'm buying the business, and I think I have no intention of selling anytime soon. So I think they're going to be really good, or going to be worth more than they are now. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I do like Burger King though. I know, weird, right? That is also QS. No. RBI, Restaurant Brands International, owns Burger King, right? Yeah, you're like my wife with, anytime we see something like, oh, you could put booze in there. 28 years. Okay, so yeah. So if I was 18 to 47, 28 years. Good point. I told you, I'm terrible in math. Awful. It's no excuse, right? I love Jen Sincero, fantastic author. You Are a Badass book series. She has a fantastic quote that says, if you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. If you're not, you'll find an excuse. Good. Yeah, Kevin, I'm gonna have to look into that. I did not see any of that. Uh, and also adding that with the J&J, creditors get to vote on whether to approve the bankruptcy plan. If they've got 83 support, probably get approved. Okay, nice. Very nice. Oh, is it? I should have pulled up the Seeking Alpha. Let me see if I can find it ahead. Find the week ahead. Did they put it out yet? I think they put it out on Saturday. So the one I'm looking at now was put out, yeah, September 14th. So I don't have that yet. But Costco is and Nike is next week. Hopefully get a nice, maybe they'll do a kitchen sink quarter from Nike since they got a new CEO. Just blame everything on John Donahoe. Just say awful, terrible, yucky, and it'll drop another 20% and we can buy. We can buy. I did not see Maine's dividend increase. Jeez, look at that. See, this is the problem. Seeking Alpha is, uh, let's see what it is. Maine's dividend raise was, I'm not seeing the percentage. I'm on August 6th. Yeah, I don't even see it on Seeking Alpha. Yeah, I don't see Main Street. What was it? Somebody share it. Put it in. I'd like to know. 29 years if it's 47. Did I say 47? I'm 46. Oh, I guess that's what happens when it's a Friday night after a long week and I got a rumbling in the tummy because my family made pizza and lovely of them. They took it out and it was all ready to go just as I was about getting on. So yeah. Chris, that's no excuse, man. There's no excuse for you to be late. None at all. But I'm looking forward to that, Trevon. I want to see Nike's earnings. That's my hope. I same thing with Starbucks. I'm hoping, praying that they have another kitchen sink quarter. Again, kitchen sink, you just throw everything in it, blame everything on Laxman Narasimhan, say it was all his fault. This is terrible. But even then, if they do, people might still they might still buy. But well, Chicago deep dish pizza. You know what, Shamir? Let me tell you, we did get deep dish pizza. My daughter wanted deep dish pizza. We got it from Rosati's. We got the Rosati's deep dish pizza. It's a little Friday special over the Rosati's by the house. It's got tin foil base on it. They make it, they freeze it. No, it's not frozen. I'm wrong. They didn't freeze. It's in the cooler, but they made it today. You take it home. It's nice, good size, really good. So I will have some deep dish. Probably gonna have to heat it up. It's okay. I really wanted to spend some time with all y'all. But look at me. I might have lost 4 pounds during this live stream. I can't. I've got a metabolism that's like an incinerator. It's like the incinerator that Freddy Krueger was put into. The thing is it's otherworldly how fast I burn calories. Might want to get that looked into sometime. Actually, I think another guy looks Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. I should talk to him sometime. But he reminds me of me. I think he's about 6'4", 185, 190 pounds or so. Did some grocery shopping at Walmart. How dare you? How dare you not go to Costco? The Costco's. My wife went to the Costco's today. Kitchen sink is a Chicago deep dish pizza. How dare you, Swami G? I don't know if you're being sarcastic, if you're digging on the Chicago deep dish. And what do you want to be like those New York guys? You take these little flimsy pizzas here and you fold it up. And like, hey, eat it New York style. New York style. Get out of here with that New York style. Come on. Folding a pizza in half. Man, the Chicago deep dish pizza is so freaking big. It'll just destroy those New York style pizzas folded in half. So thin. You got to eat 2 pizzas. Come on. Get out of there. Guess who? Sir Dude Bro, man. I see you on Blossom. Oh, by the way, We're on Blossom, post there a few times a day. So, um, Alan looked up the main dividend increase. It's a non-qualified dividend. It's 30 cents. They haven't increased. So they just issued it. They just announced, well, it's monthly, right? They do it every month. So welding is hot as hell. Yeah. There's times, believe me, when it's like today, I'm sweating because I got the leather sleeves on. Sometimes you know, I still burn. I try and do quick little welds and stuff with, shouldn't do that. It's UV rays, but you, yeah, I sweat. You sweat, and sweat a lot. But oh my god, I guess we're ending on deep dish pizza talk, huh? Like, there's no on the East Coast. Well, that's the problem. You're on the East Coast. What do you want? You're gonna just go get your little New York style pizza. You can fold it up like a piece of paper. And I love you, Swamiji. So, oh, look at this. The your public transit guide to Wrigley. Thank you for stoking some fond memories. Yeah, I probably said that wrong, but for anybody, yeah, the red line runs like by Wrigley, but I don't think you could get to the blue line. You probably got to get a transfer. Cause over here on the L, you got I know nobody's gonna care. You got the blue line, the pink line, the green line, the brown line. The brown line is the one that does the loop. That's a fun one. If you ever want to do the loop, I gotta do it. What did the other day I get on the bus and I asked the bus driver, I said, "Hey, does this bus go to the loop?" And he says, "No, it goes beep beep." That was a little New York accent. I know, right? I try to do Chicago and sound New York. So, Sam, I will end it with you. I still think Vici is a good buy. I like how they're growing. I really love Ed Petoniak, their CEO. Just the guy is really, really solid, knows what he's talking about. He's been in the industry a long time. He has roots in the experiential. Like I think I forget this. It might have been somewhere in Aspen with. I don't know if it was publicly traded, but he was in that with like ski resorts, ski lodges, those kind of things. So uh, they're trying to expand outside of just the casino gaming into experiential family things like water parks and mental wellness, well-being retreats, resorts, things like that. And yeah, and there he is. I will. I'll end it with you, Jeremy. So I just talked with Jeremy yesterday, and yeah, everybody that's still watching, dividendstockpile.com. Look him up on YouTube. He's probably going to have it out this weekend. We had a nice little chat over on his channel. I enjoyed that. So I always love talking dividend investing. And yeah, so Jeremy, thank you, sir, for having me over. I really do, really did enjoy it. So I don't know. There may be something we're forgetting. I can't believe we've already been at an hour. And if you are new around here, again, I gave away my age. I'm from the 1980s. I didn't even say that. I was like, I'm from the 80s, the 1980s, because some people might have been like, oh, good, because I thought it might have been the 1880s. You jag off. That's a Chicago thing. We'll end it on that. Nobody's a jag off. It's something we say around here in Chicago that I grew up with. So, yeah, once again, I love all of you. Thank you so much. I'm so hungry. If I keep going, ladies and gents, boils and ghouls, I may just just slowly wither and die, and I won't be able to finish. And you don't want to see me die of hunger on here. So yeah, once again, thank you. Pee Wee takes me out. Kid of the 80s. I love it. And I love all of you. Next Sunday should be our regularly scheduled program and weekly dividend communion. So that's another installment. And hey, thank you. I really do enjoy it. Thanks for stopping by.